Now on 12, the water is turned off, but the damage is done. How one Bronx community is coping after a water main break. Plus, a truck causing troubles in Hunts Point after the ground caves in under it. Why people in the area say the tractor trailer shouldn't have been there in the first place.
As local news gets, News 12, the Bronx.
And thank you for joining us here at News 12 The Bronx. I'm Kelsey Minor. A water main break so loud it rattles some Crotona Park East residents awake. The unlikely alarm clock happening on Jennings Street, and that's where News 12 The Bronx reporter Tony Chow picks up the story. All right, time now with weather on the twos, and Daryl Green is here with me to talk about just how nice it is outside.
It is so nice that many people wish that this would extend for a while, but
I know I'm one of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
To a developing story now out of the Bronx Hall of Justice. Indictments being handed down this afternoon after the New York Attorney General's office announces it's broken up a luxury car theft ring. More than a dozen people facing charges today, including at least 7 from the Bronx. Those cars apparently stolen from airports, brought here to the Bronx, and then shipped off and sold in Africa. News 12 The Bronx reporter Ray Raimondi is tracking the story in court right now, learning the very latest about this luxury car theft ring and how it was busted. His report on why investigators say the Bronx was at the center of the scheme. That's this evening at 5:30. I'm Kelsey Minor, and this is News 12 The Bronx. We are as local news gets. Turkey Day isn't here yet, but it's a sign the Christmas season is right around the corner, where this Norway spruce is heading, but I'm sure you know that story coming up next. Pugsley Creek Park in Castle Hill may soon be a lot safer. At least that's what officials are hoping after announcing a big grant to improve it. That's where we find News 12 The Bronx reporter Rena Roy, who shows us one family that's especially grateful for the changes to come. Rena, thank you. And this brings us to our question of the day. Is enough being done to keep people safe in Bronx parks? Yes, no, or only in some parks? Weigh in at news12.com, channel 612, or on your mobile device using the free News 12 app. All right, how about this one? From upstate New York to 30 Rock, this Norway spruce that once adorned a family's front yard in Gardner is now on its way to Rockefeller Center. The 10-ton tree is getting the place of honor and will be lit up for the holiday season with millions to enjoy. The 83rd Rockefeller Center tree lighting ceremony will be held on December 2nd. And let's bring in Daryl Green again so I can complain to him about how I'm just not ready for it. Snow, Christmas, tree lighting,
and you
anything
said the
at
C
all.
word. We haven't even seen Thanksgiving yet. You're already talking about Christmas.
As local news gets, News 12 Brooklyn.
And you're watching News 12 Brooklyn. We're as local news gets. I'm Kelsey Minor. Community leaders and elected officials publicly denounced 2 possible hate crimes against religious Jews in Crown Heights. News 12 Brooklyn, Shayna Estulin reports. We turn now to more crime news as the NYPD continue to look for a man and woman who went on a burglary spree in Bushwick, stealing cash, headphones, cigars, and get this, condoms. You see them here on this surveillance video. We're told by police the spree started back in September and they've broken into 3 businesses, including a taqueria and eyeglass store. Police also searching for this woman, after they say she stole 3 bottles of Fireball whiskey from a Bushwick liquor store. Last Wednesday night, cops say a store clerk confronted the suspect. That's when she threatened him with a switchblade before leaving the store. Police described the suspect as being in her 20s, around 5'5" and 120 pounds. Now, if you have any information on either of these cases, give Crime Stoppers a call. That number 1-800-577-TIPS. Well, one day after an MTA bus driver strikes and kills an elderly woman, the driver of that bus appears in court. Yesterday, we brought you strong reaction from devastated Ocean Hill neighbors. And today, News 12 Brooklyn's Dana Arshin tells us how the bus driver's friends and family are reacting. Now on 12, an investigation is underway into why a man ran away from police after being shot in Brownsville. Plus, the Crown Heights community denouncing 2 possible hate crimes. One Jewish man stabbed last night, the other punched this morning. Plus, parents rallying in support of an East New York band director accused of duct taping a 9-year-old's mouth.
As local news gets. News 12, Brooklyn.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Kelsey Minor, and this is News 12 Brooklyn. We're as local news gets. Cops are trying to figure out tonight why a man ran from them after he was shot. News 12 Brooklyn, Shayna Estulin is in Brownsville, and she's covering this one for us. Shayna.
News 12 Brooklyn.
All right, Shayna, look forward to the update. Thank you very much. Turning now to weather on the twos. News 12 Brooklyn's weather anchor, Daryl Green. Back with us now. To talk about some good weather today.
Oh, okay.
But it's not going to last long.
Of it. There we
it's
go.
not going to last long.
Hey, nothing good lasts forever.
I'm Kelsey Minor. A school scare today in our borough. Why classes were canceled in Clinton Hill. Plus, the MTA driver who hit and killed an elderly woman in Ocean Hill last night appears in court facing serious criminal charges. Thank you. Classes, meantime, were canceled at a Brooklyn school today after police say a 15-year-old student made a threatening Facebook post. It targeted Bishop Laughlin High School and Clinton Hill. Police monitored the school and determined that the students were not under any real threat. They tell us that the student responsible for the post is in custody at this time. School officials are confident that classes will resume as planned tomorrow. A small child being pushed by his grandmother in a stroller was hit by a car this morning in Diker Heights. It happened at the corner of 11th Avenue and 67th Street. Witnesses say the child was struck as a driver hit another car that was turning onto 67th Street. EMS took 2 people to Lutheran Hospital, including the child. Police sources say that the boy had a cut on his head, but other than that, he and the other person are expected to be okay. One woman says she saw the child's mother show up to the scene afterwards.
The mother, she was shocked. You know, you could tell the mother's face. She was very, very shocked what happened to her child. Imagine a mother passing by with her baby in the middle of the street.
Police say the driver remained on scene and will not face any charges. An MTA bus driver is arraigned on charges 1 day after hitting and killing an elderly woman in Ocean Hill. Last night, 48-year-old Paul Roper was arrested and charged with leaving the scene of an accident, failure to yield to pedestrians, and failure to exercise due care. Outside of criminal court Wednesday, one of Roper's oldest friends spoke only to News 12, though she didn't want her face on camera.
I feel very bad for the family, but at the same time, I know this individual, and he is a loving, caring, gentle giant. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, don't do drugs, don't have a criminal record. All
right, Roper's friend and his wife say they are certain that this was just a freak accident that killed the woman. Meanwhile, a judge has set bail at $25,000 for him. He'll be back in court on Monday. Moving on, 12 on Money now, as nearly 24 debt collectors agencies are paying up for what investigators say were predatory and illegal practices. The mayor's office and the Department of Consumer Affairs claim the agencies are now covering more than $2 million in fines and restitutions for nearly 5,000 New Yorkers. According to the mayor's office, many of the agencies were operating without a license or violating other consumer protection laws. Time again now for weather on the twos, and Daryl Green is back with us.
Yeah, no violations in the weather department.
Oh, no violations at all, except that it's going to get cold at some point.
It's going to get colder out there. Hey, we are in the beginning of the month of November.
All right, Dan, now that Halloween is over, your old pumpkins can help the parks and green spaces in our borough. All you got to do is smash them, and they'll be turned into compost. A pumpkin smash is being held in Brooklyn Saturday morning from 10 until noon. It will be at the Red Hook Community Farm on Otsego Street. I'm Kelsey Minor, and this is News 12 Brooklyn. As local news gets, time now for the latest results in our question of the day. Is Donald Trump appropriate to host SNL? So far, many say yes. You still have time to weigh in.